Get ready for a journey through time with forgotten frames of history. These stories will amaze and inspire you. Let's get started, and don't forget to subscribe. This haunting photo captures a woman gazing at the burning Twin Towers during the September 11th, 2001 attacks. The stark contrast of her calm demeanor against the chaos in the background symbolizes the surreal disbelief felt by millions that day, a moment frozen in time, reflecting humanity's vulnerability. This harrowing photo from 1963 captures a brutal moment during the civil rights movement in Birmingham, Alabama. Police unleashed dogs on peaceful protesters demanding racial equality. The image became a symbol of systemic racism and the resilience of those who fought for justice. This haunting photograph from 19th century Persia shows a man sentenced to execution by cannon, a brutal form of punishment used to instill fear and maintain order during times of unrest. The image captures the tension and curiosity of the crowd witnessing the grim event. This moving image depicts a nurse writing down a soldier's last words during World War I. In the chaos of war, she not only provided medical aid, but also preserved messages for loved ones, embodying humanity amidst devastation. This powerful photo shows Lou Zamperini, a former World War II prisoner of war, crossing the finish line in a marathon held in Japan after the war. Once held captive and tortured by Japanese forces, Zamperini's participation and victory in the marathon symbolized forgiveness, resilience, and the human spirit's triumph over adversity. This haunting image from 1868 shows African slaves rescued from a slave ship by the British HMS Daphne. The captives, frail and malnourished, reflect the brutal reality of human trafficking during the colonial era. The photograph is a testament to the resilience of those who endured unimaginable suffering. This unsettling image from 1954 shows a South African mine worker being x-rayed to ensure he hasn't swallowed diamonds while leaving work. Such invasive practices highlight the harsh exploitation of labor during apartheid. Miners faced humiliation and severe working conditions under this regime. Which historical event impacted you the most? World War II, the social movements of the 1960s, events from the 2000s to today. Share your answers in the comments and don't forget to subscribe. We're continuing with historical photos. This haunting image captures the brutal reality of forced labor during colonial rule in Africa. These women, chained together, were forced to perform back-breaking tasks for European colonizers, symbolizing the harsh oppression and exploitation faced by African communities. This emotional image from the early 1960s captures the pain of separation caused by the Berlin Wall. Families on opposite sides used their babies to get a glimpse of each other across the divided city. It symbolizes the cruel barriers that tore loved ones apart during the Cold War. This heartbreaking image from 1944 shows two young boys gazing at the ruins of Saint-Lô, Normandy, after Allied bombings during World War II. Once a vibrant town, it was reduced to rubble, symbolizing the devastating cost of liberation and the resilience of those left behind. In a heart-stopping moment from 1910, a volcanologist lost his balance and tragically fell into the active volcano's crater while conducting dangerous research. Despite his assistant's desperate grip on the rope, the scientist couldn't be saved. This haunting image is a chilling reminder of the risks early researchers took. This haunting photo captures Belgian refugees fleeing their war-torn homeland during World War I. Pushing all their belongings, including the elderly, in a baby carriage, these families symbolize the immense hardships of displacement. It reflects the human toll of war and resilience in the face of despair. This iconic photo from 1974 captures the moment Harold Whittles hears sound for the first time in his life. Born deaf, Harold's hearing was restored thanks to a newly developed hearing aid. The shock and wonder on his face symbolize the life-changing impact of technology. This photograph, taken during the 1918 Spanish flu pandemic, shows two women wearing masks as a protective measure. The pandemic killed an estimated 50 million people worldwide. The image captures a moment of adaptation to a new reality, where masks became a symbol of survival. This photograph, taken in London's East End during the late 19th century, captures a group of men queuing for aid from a Salvation Army officer. It reflects the extreme poverty and desperation of the working class during the Industrial Revolution. Many were unemployed and relied on such charitable organizations to survive. This haunting image, taken by Lewis Hine in the early 1900s, shows a young girl working long hours in a textile mill in the United States. The photograph was a pivotal tool in raising awareness about child labor, eventually leading to reforms in labor laws to protect children from such exploitation. This dramatic photo captures the moment in 1981 when Marcus Sargent fired 6 blank shots at Queen Elizabeth II during the Trooping the Color ceremony. Though the shots were not real, the event shocked the world. Sargent, inspired by assassins of world leaders, was later sentenced to 5 years in prison under the Treason Act. This heartbreaking photo shows a young Congolese child who lost a hand and foot as punishment under King Leopold II's brutal regime in the Congo Free State. Such mutilations were common as a form of terror to enforce rubber production quotas, leaving behind a legacy of immense suffering. This haunting image captures a young girl standing fearlessly near a massive tornado in the 1980s. Tragically, she underestimated the storm's speed and was caught in its path moments after this photo was taken. Her story serves as a chilling reminder of nature's unpredictable power.